Most sellers in Pennsylvania assume spring is the best time to sell, and the data does back that up. Spring typically brings higher prices. But there is a real case for fall that most sellers never hear about. Less competition, more serious buyers, and inventory so tight it can work strongly in your favor. In this video, I am going to break down both seasons so you can decide which one fits your situation. I'm Mila, a real estate agent in Philly suburbs. If you want a personalized plan for buying or selling, call or text me. My number is below. Now, let's talk about timing because getting things right can make a real difference in your final sales price. Spring has been the traditional selling season in Pennsylvania for a long time, and there are real reasons for that. The first reason is buyers' demand. After a long winter, buyers come out in force starting in late February and into March. By April and May, you often have the highest number of active buyers in the market. More buyers can mean more competition, and more competition can mean stronger offers. The second reason is curb appeal. Your yard is in bloom. The light is better. The homes photographed beautifully in spring. That matters online, where most buyers see your home for the first time. The third reason is fall, year timing. Many families want to close by June, so they can move before summer and be settled before fall. That urgency drives decisions and it can work in your favor as a seller. But here's the things about spring. Everyone knows it is the season to sell, which means most sellers list in spring too. In many mainline neighborhoods, inventory, that is the number of homes for sale, rises significantly from March through May. More competition from other sellers can soften your negotiating position. Right now, across Montgomery, Delaware, and Chester counties, the core mainline market, there were over 300 active listings at the end of May 2026. That is up from about 250 active listings in June of last year. That is a 21% increase in inventory year over year. So spring gives you more buyers, but it also gives you more competing listings. Now let's look at fall, September through November. Fall is often overlooked. A lot of sellers wait until the following spring, thinking the market shuts down in October, but it does not. What fall actually gives you is a smaller buyer pool, but more serious one. Buyers who are searching in September and October are typically not browsing. They have a reason to move. Maybe a job change, a lease ending, a family situation, or a financial timeline. They are motivated, and motivated buyers tend to act faster and negotiate less aggressively. The second advantage of fall is lower inventory. If fewer sellers list in your neighborhood, that season your home stands out more. Less competition means your listings gets more attention and potentially stronger interest. The numbers back this up. The fall of 2025, September, October, and November, active inventory across the mainline market ranged from about 199 to 235 listings. Compare that to spring 2026 when inventory climbed past 300 active listings. That is roughly 30 to 40% less competition for fall sellers. In my experience on the main line, Well-priced fall listings in Bryn Mawr, and Narberth can move quickly. Buyers who are still active in October are not waiting for something better to come along in spring. They want to close. In fall 2025, the average days on the market was 27 days. In spring 2026, that number dropped to 22 days. So spring is slightly faster, but only by 5 days. And, and in fall, you are dealing with far fewer competing listings, which can move that offset that difference. The challenge with fall is the shorter window. If you list too late, think mid-November, you may run into the holiday slowdowns. Buyers' activity tends to drop significantly from Thanksgiving through early January. So if you are going fall, you want to be on the market by early October at the latest. So which season is right for you? The honest answer is it depends on a few things. Factor one, your home's condition. If your home needs updates or staging work, spring may give you more time to prepare. But if your home is move-in ready right now, there is no reason to wait until April. Factor two, your personal timeline. Are you relocating for work? Do you need to close by a certain date? Your timeline may make the decision for you. And seller who needs to be out by December has no choice but to go to the market in the fall. Factor three, local inventory levels. This one matters a lot in the Philadelphia suburbs. In some mainline neighborhoods, spring inventory is so high that your home can get lost. In others, spring demand is so strong that it overweights the competition. This is where a local agent, someone who watches your specific neighborhood, can give you data on what the pattern looks like for your street, your price range, and your home type. Factor four, interest rates. When rates are higher, buyer affordability tightens. That can affect both seasons, but it especially affects spring because higher rates can price out the volume buyers who drive spring competition. In a higher rate environment, the motivated buyer may actually be better qualified and more committed. Let's put the two seasons side by side using actual MLS data from this market. In fall 2025, September through November, 323 homes sold across the mainline area, covering Montgomery, Delaware, and Chester counties. The median sold price was $805,000. Average days on the market, 27 days. Months of supply ranged from 1.5 to 2.1, which is an extremely tight seller's market. In spring 2026, April and May, 219 homes sold. The median sold price was $920,000. Average days on the market, 22 days. Months of supply, around 3. So what does that tell us? Fall had more transactions, 323 versus 219. That means buyers actively was strong. But spring showed a higher median sale price, about $115,000 more. And spring inventory was significantly higher too, which means sellers faced more competition. Here's the honest takeaway. Fall gives you less competition and a faster supply. Your home is more likely to stand out. Spring gives you a larger buyer's pool and historically higher sales prices, but you are sharing that market with more sellers. Neither is automatically the right answer. It depends on your home, your price point, and how well prepared you are going in. What I tell my sellers is this: a well priced, well prepared home will perform in either season. The sellers who struggle are the ones who list at the wrong price, not the wrong month. Overpriced homes sit, and sitting homes lose leverage fast in this market. What I tell my sellers is this: the best time to sell is when your home is ready, the market has reasonable inventory, and you have a strong pricing strategy. Season matters, but preparation and pricing matters more. A home that is priced right and shows well in October will often outperform a home that is overpriced and unprepared in April. One more thing's worth saying: some sellers have flexibility. They could list in spring or fall. If that is you, the answer often comes down to which season has low inventory in your specific neighborhood. That is a conversation worth having with your agent before you decide. My number is below. Text or call me.